But I've been living in New York for a few years now, guys, and every day I wake up and I say to myself, wow, this is an amazing city. What an amazing city. I wish I had money. I mean, I used to live in Chicago, and you can live pretty well there, you know. I could afford to have an apartment and food. Then I moved to Manhattan, and I found out that unless you make a six-figure salary, you need to learn how to play a little game with yourself. And the name of that game is called, How Many Roommates Before I Kill? Will it be 5? Will it be 6? For me, the limit was 2. First there was the rageaholic sex addict, then I had the Buddhist who liked to chant at 4 in the morning. Now I live alone. I was amazed how expensive food was. Did you guys make the mistake of like eating in like Midtown Manhattan? I had breakfast at a deli in Midtown one time. I got 2 eggs, bacon, toast. Guy's ringing me up, $9. I'm like, what? Am I buying the chicken to lay the eggs? And does that chicken have an iPod in its beak? Bottom line is you got to be creative to save money. I saw a perfect example of this. I was on the Lower East Side with my friend Gary. We were walking down to Delancey. We saw this crate on the sidewalk, and there was a guy living in the crate. And I was like, how'd he get a crate? There is a 3-year waiting list for crates in Manhattan. I would love to have a crate. I'm living in a playland of McDonald's. I'm sleeping in Mayor McCheese. Gary's living in that tank with all the little plastic balls. He has 5 roommates. For us, a crate is an upgrade. But I got some job hunting advice for you guys. Never get high and work on your resume, because that will lead to some really awkward job interviews. All right, Mr. Johnson, it says here from 1997 to 2000, you were Batman. For your phone number, you have used the bat signal. All right, well, if we have any problems with the Joker Two-Face, we'll give you a call. I got a credit card offer in the mail from American Express, guys. Inside the envelope was this little magnet. On the front, it looked exactly like an American Express card. But just so you wouldn't get confused, they put across the top, this is not an actual charge card. All I could think of was, did somebody actually think this was a charge card? Did they go out to a restaurant, try to pay for the meal? The waiter was like, I'm sorry, sir, there seems to be a problem with your credit card. Oh, is it over the limit? No, sir, it's a kitchen magnet. Goes on your fridge. There's a certain group of people, though, guys, that I don't care for. Smug vegetarians. They always think they're so special. I haven't eaten meat in 5 years. Yeah, well, I haven't eaten tofu in never. You don't hear me bragging. I have a friend who's a vegan. She always likes to say she doesn't eat anything that has a face. Now, is there anyone out there who's eating the face? You ever been in a restaurant, waiter comes up to you, oh, listen, you must try the baby lamb face. Season with paprika and a mango salsa, it is divine. There's McDonald's out there running ads. Try McDonald's new Black Angus face. 10 pounds of tender, juicy Black Angus with a horns full of barbecue dipping sauce. Stuff your face with some face. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I've always wanted to have the opportunity, guys, to look somebody in the eye and say, you're bluffing. Hasn't come up yet. It's almost as hard as finding the right time to say to somebody, oh, I'm afraid the deflector shield will be quite operational when your friends arrive. If you didn't recognize that, that is a quote from Star Wars. I also think to throw a Star Wars reference into my app because it's a great way to let the ladies know who the dominant male is. Right here, ladies. Go on and Google me if you want to party on a futon. Queen size. Queen size. Only the best. From IKEA. My sister came to visit me recently, and she lives in Virginia. She's always amazed how expensive everything is in New York City. We were standing in line to see a movie. She was like, $11 to see a movie. That's highway robbery. And I was like, all right, look, it's not highway robbery. Nobody does highway robbery anymore. Once the automobile got invented, times got really tough for highway robbers. Give me your money! Curse you, motor cars! How am I going to afford to wax my handlebar mustache? We're going through tough economic times and crime is on the rise. It's unfortunate. You always hear that crime doesn't pay. And no, that's not true. Crime pays really well. That's why we still have crime. You'll never hear a drug dealer say, yeah, selling crack's just a hobby of mine. What I really want to do is direct.